Hello, welcome back, wealthy entrepreneurs. Welcome back to day 3 of the Go Workshop. Okay, very excited for you guys to be back. Whether you're watching live or catching the replay, welcome back. So today is the last day about the goal creation, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you through a process of how to create your goals for 2022. Okay. So before I go in, I would always like to kind of recap, refresh what we went over for the last 2 days. So Sai, if you can pull up the workbook. Thank you. Hopefully you guys have a lot of takeaways from day 1 and day 2. Day 1, we talked about vision, right? Oh, no, day 1, we talked about purpose, okay? And maybe some of you are tuning in on YouTube. Hello. So today I'm going to be talking about goals, but we started off with purpose. Hi Gaia, good to have you here. So we're going to be talking about everything about goal setting today, okay? So just to do a real quick recap, if you guys can help me to kind of refresh your memory, what we talked about on day 1 when we talked about purpose. What is a purpose? Do you guys remember? What is a purpose? When you say that, I think hopefully by now you know what your purpose is, or you have a better idea what your purpose is, right? So what is a purpose? Do you guys remember? Hi, Lorena. Good to see you. So today we're talking about everything about goal setting for 2022. So by the end of the call, you'll be able to walk away with your goals for 2022. Okay. So before we go in, let's just do a real quick recap about the purpose. Hi. Glad to have you join us. So what is a purpose? You guys can tell me. Your purpose is behind everything that you do. Okay? Your purpose is the why to doing whatever you're doing. Okay? So every day when you wake up, when you go to work, or when you work from home, okay, whether you help a client, you help product or services, it's the purpose. The purpose is the meaning, right? The why to what you're doing. Okay? So you're not just going to going to work or doing the product or services for money, right? Hi, Mira. Nice to meet you. Glad to have you here. Good morning. Glad you can join us. So, do you guys have a pretty clear purpose statement now? Yes. More clarity than before, I hope, about your purpose. So remember, purpose is why you do certain things, right? And the purpose in this lifetime, guys, is to grow and expand, and it's also to contribute to other people. Okay? Grow and expand to contribute. If you talk to anybody, right? If you ask them like, oh, if you knew what your purpose was, everybody, I can guarantee you, everybody will tell you, I'm meant for bigger things. I'm meant to help other people. Hi, Amy. Good to see you. I'm talking about purpose. I'm talking about goal setting today, but talking a little bit about purpose, right? So going back to what I was saying, the purpose for you is to grow and expand and continue to contribute to others, okay? And as you continue to contribute to others, money is just a byproduct of the services that you provide, right? Money is an exchange of energy. I think, a lot of you have heard me say that. Money is an exchange of energy, right? So once you have your purpose down, okay, so what you want to do is to first establish your purpose, and then your purpose will lead to your visions, okay? And your visions will then lead to your goals, okay? So let's talk a little bit about visions then. What are visions, guys? What do you think? What are visions? When people talk to you about, oh, I have a 3-year, 5-year, 10-year visions, what are they? What is a vision? Do you have a vision even? Sometimes, people confuse purpose with vision and goals. That's why I wanted to help clarify that for you. Okay. So now you understand, once you set your purpose, okay, and it always starts with yourself. Okay. Once you start with yourself with a purpose, now how do you express your purpose is through your visions. Okay. That's why you have companies that have a mission statement, right? They also have a vision, 10-year, 20-year visions. Same thing, okay? So on a personal level, you also have a vision, okay? So you wanna write this down, okay? For your vision, you wanna have 2 parts. You wanna have a personal vision as well as a professional vision. What would you like to see happen in the next 3 to 5 years? What would you like to see happen in the next 3 to 5 years? Okay. If you're coming on live, give me a like or heart, thumbs up. And if you're catching the replay, just type in replay in the chat. I know some people are able to make it, so you're catching the replay. So what is your purpose? Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Hey, Henry, good to see you. So we're finishing off the last day of the workshop talking about goals today, okay? But your visions, did any of you actually started? I know some of you started yesterday about writing out your vision, okay? At least you started writing, like you start to think about what kind of life you want to create for yourself and for your family and community and things like that, okay? So when you write out your vision, remember your visions are pure fantasies and desire. Write that down. Your visions are pure fantasies and desires. So when you write your visions down, you won't know how you're going to get there. Okay? You don't know how you're going to get there. It's a vision. It's a fantasy. Okay? At this point, it's a fantasy. Okay? So Syke, if you can pull up the workbook, that way I can show the audience the part of the visions I'm talking about. So there's different parts to your visions, okay? You want to write out what profession that you want to be in. What profession you want to be in. Okay. Thank you. Yes, this a little bit up. Yes, thank you. I'm talking about the vision. Yeah. So your vision is include a certain lifestyle. So what kind of lifestyle would you want for yourself within 3 years, 5 years? And when I talk about lifestyle is, how would you be living your life, okay, on a day-to-day basis, okay? So I use this example, right? When you go to the grocery stores, okay, do you buy organic produce because you want to? Or do you go buy the cheaper one, right? The non-organic because it's cheaper, right? What kind of lifestyle do you want to create for yourself and your family, right? And how many vacations you want to take, right? If like I share my story on day one, before I became an entrepreneur, I was an employee, right? And as an employee, you only get what, 2 weeks of vacations? And that was killing me. I'm like, that's just crazy. Now, like I go vacation, like I'm leaving for 2 weeks on Saturday, and I just came back from a 2 weeks vacation from Europe like 2 weeks ago, right? So there's no way my lifestyle that I've created for myself, there's no way, right? Because now I travel whenever I want to. Okay, so I want you to include that in there. How many vacations you want to take a year? Is it just whenever you want to, you can take off, right? Why not? So build that in there, okay? If that's how you want to live your life, build it in there, okay? The second part to that is your profession. What would you be doing if you're not getting paid for it? Okay? So would you still be doing what you're doing if you weren't getting paid for it? Yes or no? Some people will say yes, right? Like for example, like I wouldn't know what else to do besides doing exactly what I'm doing, which is teaching people how to tap into their potential, right? Because I love doing this. Hey, Salila, good to see you. Okay, we're talking about visions today. Yeah, glad you can join us. Okay, so if that's a yes, that means you're on the right track. That means that's your purpose. Yes. Okay. What about possessions? Possessions. What kind of things, toys, material things that you want to actually possess? What would you like? You can have any cars. You can have yachts if you like. You can have, you know, bags, Chanel bags. I don't know if, right? Whatever possessions you want. Okay. Remember, do not limit yourself. Let your imagination go out. Okay, and you can just ask yourself, what would I love? What would I love? Right? And then go there. Okay. So that's the possession part. Okay. What about financially? How much money would you like to have in your long-term vision? How much money would you like to possess? How much asset would you like to have? Are you going to be having some investment properties, perhaps some investments, right? So I think I shared yesterday that I'm also an angel investor, so I invest in different businesses as well, right? Aside from doing what I do, right? So would you like to have a portfolio in your asset? Okay. So make sure you actually spend the time to write it out. Okay. So yesterday we already did that. I gave you some time to work on that. Okay. So if you didn't get the chance, make sure you do that. Okay. So, and we also wrapped up. Okay. So now after the vision, I want to ask the audience who here actually has a vision board for 20, maybe for 2021. Okay. If you had a vision board, give me yes or wave in the chat if you have a vision board. Have you ever had a vision board? Do you even know what a vision board is? Yes, Alila. Thank you. You have a vision board. Awesome. Awesome. So the reason why it's important to have a vision board, okay, is so that you have the image of what you want to create on your top of mind all the time. Okay, so that leads us to the 3-step creative process. So I mentioned this yesterday, and just to do a real quick recap. Number 1 is you got to create a clear mental picture of what you want. Whether that's the Ferrari that I talked about yesterday, okay, maybe you're a Ferrari person or whatever it is that you want, okay, the amount of money you want, okay, create a clear mental picture. Even just like with a check. So I showed you this yesterday, right? Even just with a check. This is a vision, right? It's an image, okay? Number 2, after you create the image, what do? You want to impress that image over and over and over again onto your subconscious mind. Okay, that's step 2. Okay, I hope you got that down. Number 3, after you have done complete step 1 and step 2, step 3 is now you want to get on the same frequency, okay, as what you want. Okay, whether that's a car, right, Ferrari, for instance, or the house you want, the vacation that you want, okay? And how do you do that? You do that through a powerful tool that I taught yesterday. I was teaching yesterday called, you guys remember? What's a powerful tool for creating things, to manifest things? Can anyone guess? Hey Fabian, good to have you. Can you guess? Can anyone guess what, if you remember from what I covered yesterday? Or you guys missed yesterday? It's a tool. It's a very powerful manifestation tool. Can anyone guess what it is? Thank you. Who said visualization? Oh, Mira, thank you. You're right. You're here yesterday. Yes, thank you. Visualization. That's right. Okay. Visualization. And how do you visualize? I get this asked this all the time. Very simple, okay? Do not overcomplicate things. In fact, everyone is always visualizing. You're always visualizing. It's just whether you're aware of it or not, okay? So it's not like you got to learn how to do that, okay? But you're just going to do it consciously, okay? Deliberately, okay? So how you visualize, guys, is number one, you pull the image of what you want onto the screen of your mind. That's the reason why vision board helps, because you can close your eyes and you open your eyes and the picture is there, right? That's the first step. The second step is you feel those feelings. So today, if you're driving the Ferrari, for example, that's my vision, right? How would you be feeling? Like if you're inside the car, like turning, the steering wheel, the engine, the sound, the smell of the leather, all that, okay? How would you feel? Maybe some people will feel excited. Some people will feel very enthusiastic or happy, right? I'll be really excited. Like it'd be like a kid, right? Dream come true kind of thing. That's the second step. You write out the emotions that you want, okay? And then the third step is close your eyes, see yourself in that vision, right? That's it. Those are the 3 simple steps, okay? Is this making sense? Am I going too fast, or did you guys give me a thumbs up or yes? So I know I can move on. Did that make sense for you? Yes, yes. Yes, thank you. Okay, thank you. Got it. Okay, good. Good. So let's get right into it, okay? Let's go to the last part of the workshop, which is goal setting, okay? Sai, can you please bring the workbook for me? Please bring up the workbook so I can go over it. Thank you, Salila. Thank you, Mira. Yes. See if we can bring the workbook, or at least you guys can see it. Okay, so today we're going to talking about goals, okay? Let's see if on my end I'm able to see it. Okay, hopefully you guys can pull up your workbook, okay? So let's start off with a quote for today, okay? And it's by Tony Robbins. It's by Tony Robbins. He says that setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. I'm going to say that again. Setting goals, goal setting is the first step how you turn invisible, something that you cannot see at this time, something that's only in your mind for now, into the visible, something you can see, touch, right? So I always use the example of your iPhone. Okay, can you see my iPhone? Okay, before this physical phone that you can touch and hold, it first started in Steve Jobs' mind. Okay, before it became a physical form. That's the same idea. Okay, so now we're gonna set your goals. Whether that's the money you want, relationship maybe for some people, or the house, the car, vacation, whatever it is. How do we turn that from your invisible in your mind to the physical? Okay, so setting goal is the first step on how to do that. So question, For some of you, my clients, maybe you know this. The first question you want to ask yourself is, what is the purpose of setting goals? What is the purpose of setting goals, right? So people, starting of the new year, you hear people talk New Year resolutions. Like, why? What's the purpose of setting New Year resolutions? Anyone knows? What is the purpose of setting goals? Any guesses? Is it to get the thing? Is it to get the money? Is it to have time freedom? Is it to have location freedom? Is that the purpose of setting goals? Okay, thank you, Salila. Sets the direction. Absolutely, for sure. Think of it as a GPS, right? Let's just say that you're in your car and then you have the GPS on. You don't have a destination, right? Then where you're going, you're just there. You can be sitting in your car all this time, not going anywhere because you don't have a destination, right? So the goal is kind of like your destination. All right, guide. Thank you, thank you. It's your roadmap, yes, towards where you want to go. Okay. So the purpose, though, of setting goals, if you want to write this down, the sole purpose of setting goals is for you to grow. It's yes, Aya, for sure. It's for you to stop drifting. Oh yes, absolutely. Yep. When you don't have a goal, your mind is just everywhere, right? So those are all correct. Okay, so it gives you direction. Yes, it provides like a guidance. Yes, it stops you from drifting. Absolutely. Okay, but it also it helps you to grow. Okay, the purpose is to grow and grow and grow. Okay, it's for you to bring something out of you right now. Okay, that you didn't know that was there before. So that's number one. Thank you, Sai. Now we have the workbook, if you can see. Okay. So that's the purpose of the goal. What about number two? What is the goal? Can anyone tell me what is a goal? You hear people talk about goals, but what is a goal? What is it? Anyone can take a guess. What is a goal? What's a goal? A goal is really simple. It's something that you're going after that you currently have, right? don't overcomplicate this. A goal is something that you don't currently have that you want to get to. Yeah, an achievement. Yeah, you can say that for sure. You set for yourself to go to a certain span of time, or in a certain span of time. Okay, thank you, Mira. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, definitely. The important part of that is time. You got to set a time limit for your goals. Yes, which I'm going to talk about coming up. Very good. So there are three types of goals. Whether you've heard this or not, some people have heard about the SMART goals. That's not what I'm talking about here. Okay, so have an open mind. If you have heard about SMART goals, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, so we talk about goals. We refer to them as A, B, C. Okay, you're gonna hear me talk about C-type goals. Yes, I think a lot of my clients are familiar with that term. So what an A-type is, guys, you want to write it down next to it? An A-type goal is a goal that you already know how to achieve. An A-type goal is a goal that you already know how to achieve. Okay, so you've been there before. So I'd like to give you an example. Okay, so let's just say that 2021. Okay, we're in December 2021. And this year you do really well, okay? Maybe you made 100K, okay, this year. And then you're setting a goal for 2022, right? And you're like, okay, I did 20, I did it, I hit 100K. Then in 2022, I'm gonna do 100K again, okay? That would be considered something as a A-type goal because you've done it already. You know how to do it. If you set that goal again, okay, it's gonna be called the A-type goal. Okay? Not to say that it's a bad goal, okay? No, but it's not gonna help you grow because you know that already, right? So remember, the purpose is for you to grow, okay? So well, that will lead us to B-type goal. What is a B-type goal? You want to write this down. A B-type goal is something that you think you can do. You think like in your mind where you're like, if this happened, this happened, this happened, yeah, I can make that goal. Okay. So in this example is if you made 100K this year and next year, 2022, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna do a little bit increase. So 125, okay, for instance. That would be a B-type goal. It's just a little increase, okay? And there is no inspiration in that, okay? Because it's only a little increase. We don't mess with A-type and B-type goals, okay? What we want to focus on is what we refer to as the C-type goal, okay? What a C-type goal is, you want to write this down next to it? What a C-type goals are goals that you really, really want. Like pure fantasy, right? You remember, yes, I talked about the vision, right? Vision is all pure fantasy, okay? Your goals are actually taking chunks of your vision. That's what goals are. Goals are taking little chunk of your vision and start working towards it, okay? So in this example, the C-type goal would be 500K, okay? For instance, why not? Something you really, really want. You don't know how, you have no idea because you've never been there, right? But you like it, you want it, okay? So that would be considered as a C-type goal. Did that make sense? Put in yes in the chat. Let me know if that makes sense for you. And then I can move on to the next one. Did that make sense? Put in the chat a yes, please. Thank you. Thank you, Mira. Good. Okay, good. So, thank you, Gaia. So we're going to focus on the C-type goal. Thank you, Lorena. Okay, makes sense. Awesome, awesome. Good. So, number 4, we're moving on to number 4. I'm really going to help you to get more clarity around the goal setting part, okay? So, number 4 is the 4 rules for goal setting. 4 rules, okay? So, SMART goals has 5, right? I have 4. You want to write this down. Every time when you set a goal, okay, I don't care if it's New Year resolution or, you know, you've achieved your goal and now you want to set another one, okay? There's these 4 rules always apply. Number 1, you want to write this down. Goals always have to be measurable. Measurable, okay? So in terms of what? In terms of volume, in terms of number, right? Something you can actually calculate, okay? So some people, you'll hear people say, oh, I just want to have more clients. Okay? If I ask all of you, do you want more clients? Then I can tell you, everyone says yes, right? But if you have 1 more client, that's more client. If you have 100 more clients, that's more client, right? So you want to be very specific about how many clients would you like to have. So let me ask you guys in the chat. How many clients would you like to have in December? Or how many products would you like to sell? I mean, depending on what business you're in, right? How many deals you want to have in December? Put in the chat. That should be easy, right? What's a number that you want for December? We're still not in 2022 yet, okay? We're still in 2021. how many clients, new clients, or new deals, or new policies, I don't know, depending on products or whatever you guys sell, how many would you like to have in December? And do not tell me more. And more is not specific. It's not measurable, okay? So just throw a number. Fabian, 10, of course. Of course, Fabian. That's what you're shooting for. Amazing, amazing. Thank you. So Mira, 5. Thank you. 5 clients, I believe, or 5 sales. Yes. Good, good. So it's measurable, right? We can count. Yeah. Thank you for that. Okay, so it makes sense. Good. Number 2, then, you want to write this down. Whenever you write your goals, guys, it has to be in the present tense. Oh, okay. Gaia says 8. Okay, okay. Good goal. Yeah, I think that's definitely a stretch goal. I love that. Good, good, good. So number 2, going back to number 2, it has to be what? It has to be in the present tense. So write that down. It has to be in the present tense. So you'll hear people talk about, oh, I will have, right? I will have 10 clients in December. Okay. If you say you will have, the mind is thinking, oh, down the line, somewhere in the future, maybe next year, right? The mind doesn't know it's right now, right? Because December is right now, right? So if you say you will have, then the mind is always going to think, okay, it's later, 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 later. Okay, it's never the now. Okay, but you want clients now, right? I think everybody wants clients now. Okay, so then how you want to put it, it's very subtle, but it's very, very crucial. You want to put it in the present tense. So you want to say, for example, you can say, I'm so blessed, right? I'm so excited to have 10 new solar clients, right? I'm talking to Fabian. I see Fabian, right? I'm so excited, right? For instance, right? I have 10 clients, right? Mira is 5 clients, and Gaia is 10 new clients. Believe coaching clients. Is it coaching clients, Gaia, or is it in real estate? Would you want to have more coaching clients, or is it real estate? Yeah, we got to be specific. Okay. Good. So that's number 2. Coaching. Yeah, I figured. I figured. Okay, good, good, good. So number 3 is when you write out your date, when you write out your goal, I gave you the answer. You must have a date that go with it. Right? So I think Mira was the one who mentioned, right? A goal is something you put a timestamp, right, on it, a time span on it. Okay. So it must have a date, whether that's in a month, right? In a month, that's a date. Whether that's in a first quarter of 2022 or end of 2022. Okay. It's all, there's a deadline to a date to it. Okay. Very important. Number 4 is your goals have to be within less than 1 year. You want to put that down. It must be less than 1 year. And the reason being, if it's more than 1 year, then it becomes a vision. Okay, if it's more than 1 year out, then 2 year, the 3rd year, in the next 5 years, that's a vision. It's not a goal. Okay, so it's important that the goals have to be less than 1 year. Okay, good, 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 good. Everybody got that down? There are the 4 rules. Yes. Okay. So now there are 3 criteria for setting your C-type goal. So if you have a goal right now, okay, if you already have a goal, right, you have the numbers written down, you want to check in to make sure that you have the right C-type goal. Because sometimes you think it's C-type goal, but in reality, it could be a B-type goal. Okay, so this is how you measure against to make sure it's a C-type goal. Number one, and ask yourself this question: Does the goal that you set for yourself, does it challenge your belief system? Does it challenge your belief system? Meaning, do you believe that you can actually achieve it? And the answer should be yes. It challenged your belief system. It challenged your belief system. So when you actually first set a goal, at the moment when you set the goal, you should not believe it. Because if you believed it, then it's not a C-type, is it? Right? I know it's a little bit mind, going around saying different ways of saying things. Okay, so it must challenge your belief. So when you set the goal, you should not believe it. Okay, but as you continue to say it over and over and over and over and over again, it will become real. Okay, so it's all about repetition. Very good. So then the second one to measure is, does it challenge your thinking? And does it make you uncomfortable? And the answer should be yes. It should challenge your thinking, definitely, and you should feel uncomfortable. Okay. Then you know you're on the right track. You know that's the right C-type goal. Okay. Number 3, the last one is, does it challenge your current self-image? What is self-image? Maybe some of you might be asking. Self-image is how you see yourself. The easy way to explain it is how you see yourself. So again, if you don't think right now at this point you believe you can do it, okay? Right now you shouldn't believe it. Okay, so it right now it doesn't match your self-image. Like you feel uncomfortable, uneasy. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, you're like, maybe that person can do it, but for me, I don't know. Like I don't think I can. Okay, that's a conflict of your self-image. That means you're on the right track. Okay, guys, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So do we get all three? Let me know. Type in yes. Yes, yes, yes. Did you get all 3 criterias? Yeah, thank you. Thumbs up. All right. Okay, good. So make sure you check in with yourself and make sure that you're actually on the right track, the C-type goal. Very good. Thank you, Mira. Thank you, Gaia. Good. All right. So now you have your C-type goal. Yes. I think everybody has. Okay. Can you move? Sai, can you move to the next page? I don't know if I had any more. Oh, okay. That's it. Thank you. So number 6 is write out your C-type goal. So earlier I asked you, your C-type goal for the number of clients you want in December. Okay. But what would that amount to? Like how much money you want to earn in December? And I know what Fabian is already, right? He's been working towards that. Okay, very close. So what would be your C-type goal? Let's just say in a month, okay? By the end of 2021, sorry, 2021. 2021, by the end of this year, what would be your C-type goal financially? Like a number that you want to throw out. Okay. Fabian is the master manifester. Yes, he's on a roll, right, Gaia? He's definitely on a roll. He's manifesting left and right. Not just money, he's manifesting free things, right? Who wants free things, right? Hell yeah. Good. Good. Love it. So I hope you have it written down. You don't have to type in the chat. That's okay. But I want to make sure you have something written down, okay, as your C-type goal. Do we all have something for end of December? I hope. Yes. Okay. I think all of you guys do that. Okay. So even if you have for your C-type goal for 2022, that's perfect. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mira. Okay, good. Even for 2022. Okay. So now what? Now we're done, right? We're done with goal setting. Goal setting is actually really easy, right? We're done. Okay. But then what's next? What do you think is next? What's after setting your goal? Right? That's the question. Now that you set your goals, what's next? Now what? What's next? Take a guess. Right? That's easy. So setting goals, people think about setting goals. That's easy. Setting goals is easy. Next steps is Gaia said it, action. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? So for those of you who have written down your goals, take action. Yes. What actions are you going to take? Question for you. What actions are you going to take? For maybe for some of you don't know what actions you're going to take, right? I think it's common. Sometimes you don't know what to do. You're like, oh man, I have to do this. Like, I don't know where to start. Okay. So if you are the ones who are not sure about your next steps, okay, this is for you. Okay. I opened up, I think not many spots. I don't think I have many spots available, but I've opened up my calendar. Okay, for those of you that are maybe not so sure about what to do next, okay, now that you have a goal, like you don't know what to do, I would encourage you to book a call with me. Okay, and on this call, I'm gonna help you to create a plan. Okay, to help you to make sure that you have a set of actions. Okay. So you'll see it in the chat right now. Hopefully I still have some openings. Yeah, Gaia. Next is to get a coach. Absolutely. Right? A coach is someone who's able to show you what to do. Okay. How to bridge the gap from where you're at to where you want to go. Okay. So that's the fastest way. Yeah. I think, Gaia and Fabian, they're my clients. They can attest to that. That's the fastest way. Okay. So if you don't have, you don't know where to start, you're kind of like confused, right? Book a call with me and I'll create a clarity, customized plan for you. Okay. So that way you can jumpstart 2022 now. And so Lila, and you too. Yay. Awesome. Okay. And you too, of course. Okay. And yeah, like, you guys won't be able to share, I know, but I can guarantee that your life has definitely shifted, right? Ever since you started working with a coach. Okay, so I recommend you guys do that. Okay, if you don't know what to do, just take the action. Okay, that's what's the next action to be. Okay, so with that, oh yes, Gaia, the best investment is to invest in yourself. Absolutely. Right. You're the most important asset you have, right? So invest in yourself. Absolutely. Oh, always. I always invest in myself. I have no problem with that. Sometimes I invest too much. Right? What's too much? I don't know. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Gaia, and thank you, Salila, for sharing. So with that said, I do want to take this time to thank everybody, right? Whether you're on live or you're catching the replay, for being a part of this group. Okay, like I said before, this is the last workshop of the year. Okay, and you guys made it. Yeah. Okay. For yourself. Okay, Gaia, got it. So I hope that I want to again thank you guys for being here and for taking the time to invest in yourself always, right? Like what Gaia said, and to being part of this group. So I will actually be out for 2 weeks. It's not for a vacation, but it's always investing in myself. So I will be out of town, out of country for two weeks. I'm going to Costa Rica. When I come, we're thinking of hosting a virtual Christmas party. I saw some posts around that, so it'll be fun, right? To connect, to network with people virtually online. That's the beauty of Zoom. So you wanted to maybe when I come back, you'll see some posts and things like that. Okay, but in the meantime, I want you to really think about and reflect on what have you created so far for 2021. Okay, for yourself. Okay, and then what things you want to take for 2022. Okay, and what kind of lifestyle you want to create for yourself. Okay, that would be your assignment for the next 2 weeks. Okay, how about that? Okay, so with that, we're gonna go ahead and yeah, we're almost there. Okay, we're gonna end a little bit early, and I want to thank everyone for catching, whether that's the replay or live. And I will see you guys very soon. Okay, see you next time. Bye.